Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.
Air on. Power on.
It's time to take your place on the starting grid and get ready for Racer Radio. Your host, Dave Stahl, about to take you for a white-knuckled lap around the motorsports industry, covering everything from top-notch national drivers and crew chiefs right down to your local kid racers and racetracks. Watch for the apex, because here comes Racer Radio with Dave Stahl.
Folks, this is Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170. All right, folks. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer. This segment is brought to you by Certified Car Clinic, 11370 North Woodside Avenue in Santee. Call them at 619-444-7170. And if you want to trick out the underhood of your race car or your own street driver, Specialties, Trick Plumbing. Get all those braided lines done for you right there at CCC. Take a run out there, get them to work on your car, your race buggies, off-road vehicles, makes no difference. The guys can do it all. Remember, certifiedcarcare.net. All right, well, we've got one of the hot drivers, I guess, up at Paris Auto Speedway now. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing good. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing wonderful. I understand you had a pretty good time last night.
I had a great time. It was so good to get back in my car. Like, I waited so long for it.
Well, and you got a major compliment from Scott DeLosia. He said that car looked awesome.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of people. I got a lot of compliments on it. I kind of went with a brighter color. It's like a fluorescent hot pink, so it's an eye catcher, that's for sure.
That is so cool. So, what division did you run in?
I ran in the factory stocks.
Okay, and how'd you qualify?
So for my heat, I believe I started like in the middle of the pack, and then I guess whatever number they reverted, I ended up actually starting on the pole for the main. So I was nervous but excited for that. Yeah.
Well, so how'd you do, or how did it go?
I did okay. I actually started up front next to the new kid. He's 14 years old. I'm not sure what his name was, but it was me and him on the pole. And I kept up, I kept the lead for a little bit, but then, like, my car's been having some issues in the turns. I think it's losing power in the turns. So I got some work to do on that. But other than that, like, my car was running great. I'm still a little rusty because it's been over a year since I've been in my car, so it's going to take me a little bit to get back in the swing of things. But all in all, like, I finished. There was no wrecks. We drove the car back onto the trailer, which is always good.
So I understand you brought the baby.
I did. Oh, my gosh. She's 8 weeks old.
Good.
And my poor hubby was left, like, pretty much taking care of her the whole time and trying to, like, help, work on my car and make sure everything was working. He was buckling me in while holding the baby. She had to be there. It was funny.
That is awesome. But those are going to be some great stories down the road. Totally.
Oh, absolutely. I have pictures of her sitting in her little seat, and she has her, like, giant earmuffs on because they're huge on her. But the noise doesn't bother her. It baffles me. But, I guess she's going to be used to it, right?
Well, yeah, it looks to me like she's going to be at that track quite a bit, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Probably be taking her all the time.
That is so cute. So now that you're back and you've kind of got back behind the wheel, what's next season look like?
Next season, I'm really hoping to race Paris full-time. I want to go for points next season, so I'm just kind of finishing up the rest of the season, working off the rustiness. And
yeah. Little seat time. Just a little seat time. Get back into it. Well,
yeah, exactly.
Well, the next thing coming out of my mouth will be come to KUSI. I'm booking November. I'm already booked September and October, so I'm booking November. So let's pick a Sunday that you can drag the team and maybe any sponsors that you have down at KUSI and talk about 2020.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I have a couple new sponsors that I picked up.
Who'd you get?
His name is Dan Brandel, and he's with Hard Knocks Industries. It's full of Hard Knocks Sports Syndicate. And he's really been he made my new T-shirts. He gave me stickers. He's given me, he made a little T-shirt for the baby. He helped me out for the rest of this season and has said he's going to go full force next season. So I'm excited to be working with him. And then, of course, I still have Precision Engine. They do all my engine work. I could not be racing in this car without them. Kevin Bates with Victory Graphics. He always does a great job on my graphics.
Awesome.
And then my friend Todd Fassler, he gave me money to help me race, so he's helping me pay for my entry fee, so I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm excited about next year.
But it's a big car, so you have more room for more advertisers.
Oh, absolutely. I got plenty of room still.
Yeah, you still got plenty of room. And like I said, between now and November, this is a good reason for you to go out and start beating on some doors saying, hey, if you'd like to come down to KUSI, all it's going to take is sponsorship.
Right, exactly. That's a good
yeah.
way to get there.
And then we can get them on radio. We can actually either have them come in studio or call in and, and give them, what you would like to give them to give to all your sponsors, and that's recognition for helping out a local grassroots racer.
Absolutely, yep. That's what I need.
I'm all over it. So the car came out in one piece. You're not going to have to do any major work this week?
No major work at all. The only issue we had was a little issue with the ignition switch. And then my Shelly at the racetrack, she, with my help from my friend Chris Carnish, he ran over and got me a switch, and Shelly provided it for me, and we put it right in, and car started up perfectly. So that was the only issue. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Was that Shelly Woldridge?
That is, yes.
I love that girl. You talk about somebody that really, really, really supports the grassroots driver. I mean, she will come out of the stands or come out of the box and do whatever it takes. And she's got a good eye. She can tell when the young drivers are having issues, and she'll go right in the pits and dig into the middle of it and help you every way she can.
Oh, absolutely. She's got everything you need right there, so you don't even, you're taken care of. So.
Yep. She does just an awesome job. So when's your next race?
Sometime in September. To be honest, I haven't even looked at the schedule.
Sure.
I just know I'm gonna be there.
That's good. And you're gonna where are you gonna be? Paris?
Yeah, I'm gonna race at Paris.
So you're
I'm gonna let my husband Jeff race at Verona. He likes to race his dwarf car, and he was actually wanting to race this weekend, but he gave it up for me. So.
Aww.
He's such a sweetheart.
You and that little baby. I mean, how can you look at that kid and not just be melted, right?
Right, exactly.
He is. And what's the little guy's name?
Oh, her name's Haley.
Oh, it's a she. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, her name's Haley.
All right. So she's almost got her driving suit, I'm sure.
We're looking at them already.
Yeah, I just gonna say, I can see it all now. Well, that's.
See how small they can make them, right?
Yeah, right. What the hey? All you got to do is go see if they can hook them up. But I like the fact that you put ear protection. Because back in my day, there was no such thing. We didn't use ear protection. We didn't have mufflers on our cars. So I'm surprised people my age that went to racetracks aren't totally deaf.
Right?
Yeah. So that's really a great thing that you're doing by, even if they're too big for Haley, that at least they're on there and they're going to protect her ears.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're made for infants. You'd be amazed how small they are, but she is so tiny. They look huge on her, but I mean, they're an infant size, so I'm glad that they make them small enough to protect her little ears. I mean, the noise doesn't bother her, but like you said,
right.
We're pitted right next to a modified car, and when he starts it up, the decibels are so loud. I gotta have protection for her.
That would do it. So hey, how can people follow you around and maybe throw some money at you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. If you just look up Hot Mess Racing under the hashtag, you'll find me there.
All right.
My username is also Jessica84. It's JESSKUH 84.
All right.
And then I'm on Facebook, so you can find me.
All right. Well, hey, it's been great talking to you. It's about time So let's work on a November date. I'll send you an email, or you send me one since I'm older than you, and let's get something set up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Dave, for having me.
All right, kiddo, be safe. Folks, we're going to take a small break, but don't go anywhere. Gun Sports Radio. In the house, we got the man, Lance. I think Joe Dramisi's here as well. And we have a very special guest calling in. You will not want to miss the show. This is Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170. The Answer.
Others are blue.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.